Hello everybody! Welcome to Gospel Piano for Beginners. This is Year 2, Lesson 25, and tonight we are jumping into the key of A major for the first time. Tonight we're going to take a look at the scale, our diatonic chords, as well as our inversions, which basically just means our chord family of the key of A, and we're going to apply all of those things to two brand new songs tonight. Our first song we're going to do is I Was Glad When They Said Unto Me. And then our second song is going to be a more contemporary song. It's called Praise the Lord, Oh My Soul. I know that one's pretty popular right now, so hopefully you guys enjoy that. So if you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe, like this video so that it can travel the YouTube pathways and find more people. And make sure that you're part of our community. We do have free downloads available. You'll see those come up on the screen tonight. And I'm just going to review how to get those. So if you go over to thegospelmethod.com, we have moved the PDFs to one place. They're now under free resources. You can download anything you like. We have every lesson starting from Year 1, Lesson 1, all the way till tonight, which is right here. You can also download our Musician's Toolkit, which we reference in the videos, as well as the indexes if you're looking for a certain song or a certain skill. For example, if you're looking for your 7 chords, you can download these and figure out which lesson that is. All of these downloads do have the video lesson right inside of it so that you can link right to it, match with it. All you need to do is add it to your cart and create a free membership, and you can have access to all of those PDFs. All right, so let's jump right in tonight. I see we've got some people already on the chat. I see Olanma says, good evening, really love the tutorials. How do I make a request? Olanma, welcome to the channel. All you need to do is type it in the chat box, or if you're watching on the replay, you can put it in the comments. I have a big list of requests, and I do choose songs from there. So if you have anything you like, just put it in the chat. Francine says, I look forward to your lessons every Friday. My question is, if I'm playing C in the bass, how do I decide whether to go up to F or down to F? Does it matter? That's a great question. I'm going to save that till the end, and we will go over that question at the end of the video. Marilyn's here, Massimo's here, Yusuf's here, Juanita's here. Yusuf, I did see a question come in from you on the email, and apologies, I just didn't have a chance to respond, but hopefully that little going through the website answered that for you, how to get those PDFs. All right. All right, let's jump in to our PDF for tonight. All right. So, like I said, we are going to be learning to play in the key of A. So, to play in any key, we do need to know the scale. So, in the key of A, we are going to have some black notes, okay? So as you've noticed in this series in Year 2, we started with the easy keys, the ones that had less black notes, and every week we add some new ones. So tonight you're going to notice we have 3 black notes. All right, so take a look at that. Just give me one moment here, and I will be right back. All right, thank you everyone. We do have an online music school, as most of you know, and sometimes I do need to help out a student during the live. Right now I am the owner and the teacher and the YouTube person, so thank you for your patience. All right, so we're going to take a look at A major scale. So we're going to start with A on our thumb, B, then we have C sharp, okay, so C sharp, and then we're going to cross our thumb under to the D, E, and then we've got F sharp with our middle finger, and then this is a new one, G sharp, and then A. All right, so we've got almost half black notes now. So let's see that again. So A, B, we don't play C, we go straight to C sharp, D, E, F sharp, so again, no F, just F sharp, G sharp, and A. So you'll notice in all of our scales, we have one of each letter. Okay, so we wouldn't say A, B, D flat, D, because then you'd end up with D twice. Okay, so that hopefully will help you when you're memorizing your scales, is that you always have one of each letter, and then all you need to do is remember white note or black note. Okay, so what's different about our A major scale? As we mentioned, we have 3 black keys. We have F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp this week. Okay, so this new note right here, G sharp. So as always, I have some exercises here. So exercise 1, I want you to practice your scale, not just so that you're good at scales, although that's a nice bonus, but so you become very, very familiar with the notes of the key. So I once heard it explained, like if you have friends and you have close friends, and how much time do you spend with each friend? That's how, you become closer with a friend, by spending more time with them. And doing your scales is just a way to spend time with the key so that you become more familiar, and you'll naturally have some of the shapes in your hand, right? When you're going up like this, right? Up here on these black notes, you're going to use that shape as you're playing in your songs. So exercise 1, 1 octave up and down. All that means is you're going to use one hand at a time. You're going to go up the scale and down the scale. So this is your right hand, and you can see up there I've got the fingerings. That's what this is here. So this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's your fingerings. And the fingerings, if you're not familiar with those, are in year 1, lesson 1, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your thumbs are 1, okay? And then left hand starts with 5 and back down. Exercise number 2 is we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do what's called staccato. Staccato means short and crispy, okay? All right, so we're going to do it. That means it's that we're going to know exactly where we're landing, because you can't jump off the keys and then land unless you know exactly where you're going. So that one's actually really helpful for learning a new scale. Exercise 3, legato, just means smoothly. So the opposite of staccato, making sure they're all connected. And then contrary motion, this is kind of a bonus one just for fun, but put your thumbs together and then go out. So that's going to be a little tricky because it doesn't always match the white notes with the black notes. Okay? So that's going to sound like this. So that's a little bit of fun exercise warm-ups for this week in the key of A major. Now, finding our chords in the key of A. So we want to find our diatonic chords, or our chord families. So these are the chords that will be the main foundation of any song that is played in the key of A. So we have A major. So we have A, C sharp, and E. Now remember, any chords are going to follow the same rules as the scale. So all C's become C sharp, all F's become F sharp, and all G's become G sharps. So if you go back to some of our old videos, you can see on the F major, for example, where there's only one flat, you can really clearly see how we just move up the scale, and then anytime there's a B, we change it to B flat. So this one, it's going to be a lot because there's a lot of black notes, but we're going to go up slowly, and you'll see how we come up with these chords. Now, if you're not interested in theory, skip this part, go to the song. But this is explaining where the family comes from, okay? So we have the A major, our thumb is on A, we're in root position. So if I tried to play this, my triad, I would have a C. I can't do that because C does not live in the key of A. C sharp does, so I would replace that. So I end up with A major. Now if I go up again to the B, I'm gonna have to change. I have an F sharp here. Okay, because F has to become F sharp, and we end up with B minor. Okay, we go up again. We end up with C on our thumb, but remember, C has to turn to C sharp, and G has to turn to G sharp. So we end up with C sharp minor. That's a new chord for us. We've not done that one before. I go up again. I end up on D with my thumb. Okay, I have an F. I have to change that to F sharp. That gives me D major. Okay, go up to E on my thumb. I have a G that I need to move to G sharp, like that. All right, and then F sharp, and then I go to F, pretend we don't know it's F sharp. Okay, we change it to F sharp, C to C sharp, we get F sharp minor. and then we go up to G. We'll change our G to G sharp, and actually that's it, G to G sharp. We end up with G sharp diminished. Okay, so that's one way of finding all the family. The other way is just by looking at our pattern. So this pattern stays the same for every new key that we do. The first note of your scale always creates a major chord. And then we have a minor chord, major, major, minor, diminished, major. Okay? And remember, when we're learning our major and minor chords, we can follow the same pattern to create them. So we don't need to memorize this family. Okay, so if you're playing in the key of A and you come across C sharp minor and you're like, oh, I can't remember that scale thing she showed me, just use your formula. So major chords, let's try our A. We would start with our root note. We go up 4 half steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 3 half steps, 1, 2, 3, and that creates a major chord. Now, if we do the same thing but we make it backwards, it would make a minor chord. So if we start with our root, then go up 3 half steps, and then 4 half steps, we end up with A minor. Okay, so that's just a little reminder. If you do need more help with your major and minor scales, go check the index. We have huge, many hour-long lessons practicing our major and minor scales in year 1. Okay, so we're going to move along here in the key of A. The next thing we need when we're starting a new scale is we want to find where our home is going to be. So when we're in the key of C, we have the C major here, and we want to keep all our chords kind of in this area. So we're not jumping all over the keyboard yet. Eventually you'll want to for different things. But if we're just trying to play for fun, we want to stay in the same area so we're not jumping. We don't have to look at our hands as much, and we can play faster. Now, if you're in the key of A, our home base is going to be A major. We're going to move our home base up to A. Now we have 2 options. We can make our home base down here. So this is middle C right here. Okay? And then you're down here. Or you could play it up here. Or up here. Now for tonight, most of it I'm going to keep up here so you can see it separated. And the reason for that is a lot of times if you bring your A home base down here, sometimes it can sound muddy and it kind of feels kind of gooey and it's hard to hear all your notes because it's low, but there might be some places where we want to do that to give it more of a bass sound. So we'll play around with it. So we're either going to be here or here. All right, but either way, A major is our home. We want to make all our other chords close to whatever one that we choose. Okay? So if we want to make an inversion, all we need to do is play the same notes of our chord in a different order. So if we have A major, A, C sharp, and E, we could play it in root position with our thumb on the root. We could move our A up here. So we have C sharp, E, and A. All right, that would still be A major. We just call that first inversion. We've just put the bottom of the snowman, so to speak, on the top, okay? Then we could take our C sharp and put it on the top and play E, A, and C sharp. That is also A major. It's just second inversion. So in this course, I don't worry about too much about what they're called. Just know that it is still an A major chord or a whatever chord. We've just rearranged the order of the letters and it still creates the same name chord. So A minor is still A minor, even if you turn it all around. So what I've done here, and in every new key that we do, so if you go back through the lessons, you'll see, when we start the key of G, I'll give you this home base inversion chart. There's nothing magical about this chart. I've just figured out the easiest, smoothest ways to get from your A major, in this case, to any of the other family chords in the key of A so that you don't have to jump around as much. Okay, so let's go over our options here. So we have A major is our root, so it will stay as the root. Now, if we want to go to B minor, there are no notes that are the same. So we have A, C sharp, and E, and then our B minor has B, D, and F sharp. So none of those are the same. So for this one, we're just going to play B minor in root position. All right, let's go back to A major. Now let's say we want to go to C sharp minor. C sharp minor has C sharp, E, and G sharp. We already have C sharp. We already have E, so let's keep those there and then move our thumb to G sharp. So we end up with C sharp minor. So A, C sharp minor. See how easy that is to transition? That's the idea. The home bass inversions is to make it easy to move back and forth without jumping around. Let's go back to our home bass, A major. Now let's say we want to go to the 4th scale degree, which is D major. All right, D major has the notes D, F sharp, and A. We already have an A on our thumb, so we're going to keep that there. We're going to scoot our other 2 fingers up to D and F sharp. So we're just pivoting on our thumb and kind of flinging the other 2 fingers up a little bit to the D. Okay, now we've got the A major here. Back to home bass. Now we want to go to E major. E has E, G sharp, and B. We already have the E. Let's keep that there. Our B is right here. Our pointer finger is sitting on it comfortably. So let's put that down, and then let's just slide our G, or the one that was on A, up to the G sharp. All right, so A, E, A, E. This time we're pivoting with our pinky. And then the last family chord is F sharp minor. So let's go back to our A here. And F sharp minor has F sharp, A, and C sharp. We already have the A, and we have C sharp. So let's keep those. I am going to move my pointer finger to the C sharp, though, because I'm going to stretch my pinky. So I'm just going to switch that finger, and I'm going to put my pinky on F sharp. So again, the C sharp is the same note. I'm just going to move my pointer finger on it when I go up so that it's more of a comfortable hand shape. So A major, F sharp minor. Now, I know in this video I went through it extremely quickly. The idea is that you're going to print off this chart, have it beside you as you go through this month in the key of A. So we will have 4 full lessons in the key of A major. We will talk about walk-ups, walk-downs, inversions, 7th chords, diminished chords, suspended chords. We'll talk about all the different details in the key of A. But while we're doing that, print off this little chart. Maybe you have a group of charts by now with all the different keys, so that way you can reference it. Because if you follow the home bass from the beginning, your muscle memory is going to help you to play faster and learn songs quicker in the key of A. So I have some warm-ups here for you to try at the bottom. So we have exercise 1. So starting with A, we play that 4 times, go up to the D 4 times, back to the A, and down to the E major. All right, so those are the most important chords in the key of A. That's your 1 chord. We call it the 1. It's the first note of your scale. The 4 chord, the 4th note of your scale is D, and the 5th note of your scale is E. Those are the most foundational chords of any song that you're going to play, is the 1, 4, and the 5. Okay, so that's why on exercise 1, I always have that group. You'll notice if you go back. Now, on exercise 2, I've started sprinkling in the minors, so you can try moving between that. A, D, A, E, A, B minor, A, F sharp minor, A, C sharp minor. Just so you can feel going between those, and of course you're going to do it much slower at the beginning and then speed it up as you go through the week. And then the last one, I just mix them in random order so you can try them. Because some of them will be, ooh, I have to kind of move my hands here. Okay? So that's our warm-ups. Now, let's jump into a song. Let's apply what we've learned here. We're going to take a look at I Was Glad When They Said Unto Me in the key of A. This is in 4/4 time, and it mostly has our foundational chords in it. So we have lots of A's, lots of D's, and lots of E's, and then I think we have, again, also a little B minor in there. So no big deal. We can do it. So we're going to go nice and slow. Use your inversion chart. If you need to open it on your phone, follow along with your PDF. Excuse me. And if you're just joining us, don't forget you can go download this PDF absolutely for free. Just go to thegospelmethod.com and there's a free resource section. This is lesson 25. All right, so we're going to start with our intro. I'm going to do our right hand first, then we'll add in the left hand, and then I'll show you how to spice it up. So we're going to start with our right hand on A, 2 A's, then we're going to do E major. So our pinky will stay on E, our thumb will go to G sharp, our pointer finger will go to B. That's our E major chord using our inversion chart. So we're going to do 2 E's and then back to A. Okay, I just realized some of you might not be familiar, so let me play it for you. I was glad when they said unto me. I was glad when they said unto me. I was glad when they said unto me. So that's what it sounds like. We're going to do the simplified version, but I will explain how to get to that more intermediate, or I wouldn't say intermediate, but upper beginner, what I was just playing there, at the end as we go through it, and then I'll explain how to add the spices. Okay? So let's go. Really just what's on the page for beginning. So let's go into our chorus now. The first slash doesn't have a letter, but we know we're coming from an A in the introduction. So the first slash and chorus 1 is going to be an A. So I was glad when they said unto me, I was glad when they said unto me, I was glad when they said unto me, come let us go unto the house of the Lord. Alright, so let's go through it slow. So I was glad when they said unto me, I was glad when they said unto me. So unto me, so that's G sharp, B, and E. That's the E major. Third line, we're going to go to D. Now, we hadn't practiced this jump, but look at your inversion chart. We got to go A, D, F sharp. So everybody's going to move to the right. I was glad when they said unto. Then we have B minor. So we need B, D, and F sharp. We have D and F sharp already. Just got to move our finger over to the B. B, come let us. And then we're going to go back to A major. Go unto the. And then E. Remember, we're going to go down to that G sharp with our thumb. Add the B. House of the Lord. Again, I'm going through it. You probably understand conceptually what we're doing, but actually getting your fingers to do it in time is going to take some time. So print it out. Go nice and slow during the week. You know, it might take you 3-4 days to get through the right hand, and then add your left hand in the last couple days, and then you'll be ready for next week, okay? So don't feel like if you can't do it all at once that you're behind or you're failing. Absolutely not. I'm just doing it so that you can go back and pause and look through, okay? So let's go add in our left hand. So what we're going to do first is we're just going to play long notes with our left hand anytime we see a capital letter. So I was glad when they said unto me, I was glad when they said unto me. So G sharp, B, and E. I was glad, A, D, F sharp, when they said unto me, B, D, F sharp for B minor, me, come let us go unto the house, Eve, of the Lord. Okay, so that's what the music says. Just following what it has. So our left hand is just playing those long notes. So again, that would sound like, I was glad when they said unto me. Like that. Nice and steady beat. Okay? Now, obviously when I was playing it, it sounded a little more peppy, right? So an easy way, without adding in any of the, walk-ups and walk-downs and all the stuff we're going to do in the next couple weeks in the key of A, but a really easy way you can add some pep is just to add the rhythm to the left hand. So we call this the subdivision. So you go back to year 1, we have a whole lesson on adding in the subdivision. And all that means is every time we have a right hand note, our left hand is going to play it together and an extra one. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so A slash slash slash. So if we do that, it makes it feel like we are playing faster and singing faster, but we're not. We're just adding in more for the ear. So I was glad when they said unto me, I was glad when they said unto me, I was glad when they said unto me, come let us go into the house of the Lord. So that's where I would end it for this week. If you're just starting, this is your first week in the key of A, that'll give you something to try. Now, when we go next week into the walk-ups and walk-downs, you can come back to this song and apply the walk-ups and the walk-downs to this. You can see we have the 1 chord, So the first note of the scale, and then we have the fifth note of the scale. Okay, so if you've been following along with us, you know if you have a 1 going to the 5, we can do a walk down. All right, so like I said, once next week we go over those walk downs and the patterns, you can come back and add that in. Okay, and then of course we've got the turnaround loops and things like that. And then again, if you go back to year 1 and you know what I'm talking about, the turnaround loops and the turnarounds, you can play those in any key. Now I do want to give a little bit of a teaser. I've been working on a package about how to transpose any song into any key, transpose any walk up into any key, anything like that. So if you had a song in G flat and you want to play it in A, or if you have a song in C and you have it in F, or if you have a song and it just has those numbers and there's no chords at all, I'm making a package explaining very thoroughly how to navigate, and we call it transposing, but it means like translating it from one key to the next. And that is going to show up hopefully soon. I'm working very hard on it on the website because we are going to have a premium membership coming up soon where we're going to have, you know, that next level. So for those of you who are following along with this, the free resources, and you're like, man, I just want more. I want to learn the, you know, the 7s and the 9s and the transposings, and, you know, you just want to go to the next, how do I change key in the middle of a song, you know, like all that stuff. We are working on that because I have got quite a few requests for that, and we will be adding it onto the website once we open that premium membership for you guys. But for now, we'll play it in A, and I will give you that walk up, those charts and things next week, okay? So let's take a look now. We've got Praise the Lord, Oh My Soul. This was a highly requested one. I know there's a lot of people playing this one right now in churches. It's quite popular, so I thought we could go through it. And I believe the original is actually in the key of A, or very close. It's in A or B flat. So hopefully it'll be easy for you guys to sing as well. Now this one, it's really long. It's got a lot of pieces. We've got verse 1, pre-chorus. We've got a chorus. We have verse 2, we have pre-chorus, chorus, and then like another chorus. Then it's got like a nice bridge, and there's interludes. Like there's all sorts of pieces. So as you guys know, when we learn a new song, I'm not going to teach it to you like the YouTube people, okay? So if you go and you type the people who are actually performing this, we're not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you the sections. I'm going to show you how you could go between sections so that you can create your own flow. So if you're playing it in service, or if you're playing it for yourself and you want to repeat the chorus, or if you want to go back to verse 1, we're going to talk about how to transition between all the pieces, and then you can go through and do it in whatever order you like. Okay? So we're going to go through piece by piece, and then at the end I'll show you how you could put it all together. So verse 1, or intro actually, let's talk about this, because what does this mean? NC, no chords. So in the actual one that I was working off of, they're just playing, they're singing rather, and the drummer is playing. So they're and then everyone starts singing. So I just had that in case you're like, well, what's the intro? How do we start? So that is how they start on one of the videos, but I'll show you again how we could do it a little bit easier for us. So they would just go, let everything that has breath, praise the Lord. They've got all these singers, and it sounds awesome, right? And then they come in, I'll praise in the valley, I'll praise on the mountain. Everybody comes in with all the instruments. I'll praise when I'm sure. This is verse 1, when I'm doubting. I'll praise when I'm numbered. I'll praise when surrounded. 'Cause praise is the waters my enemies drowning. And they go to the pre-chorus. As long as I'm breathing, I've got a reason to praise. Oops, praise the Lord, oh my soul. I'm gonna praise the Lord, oh my soul. And then, like I said, we have more verses, there's more choruses, and it goes on. But that's the idea. It's fast, it's peppy, it's kind of like that modern sound. So we're gonna start with the sections, verse 1. Okay, so we're going to start with our right hand. Make sure you guys can see all of this. Just trying to find where you're... There you go. Okay, so I'll just bring it up like that so you guys can see. Okay, so verse 1. starting with the A. Again, don't worry about rhythm yet. We're just going to keep steady beat. I'll praise in the valley, A, A. And then we go up to the D. So keep your thumb on A. Go up to D and F sharp. Praise on. Just 2 of those, and then back to A. Mountain. Lots of A's, so count carefully. Then we're going to go to E. So pivot with your pinky. Pinky stays on E. Find your inversion chart. I'll praise when I'm sure. And then here we have to transition from the E to the D. So we're going to be moving a lot. Everybody moves to the right. So A, D, F sharp. That's your D major. Sure. Praise when I'm. And back to A. Doubting. Excuse me. Lots of A's. I'll praise when outnumbered. Up to D again. Praise when. Back to A. Surrounded. And then E. So pivot with your pinky. I'll praise. Because praise is the waters. And then again, that kind of awkward transition to the D major. My enemies drowning. Okay, so nice and slow. I know when I played it, it may have sounded overwhelming, but really there's not too many chords in this so far. We've just got A, D, and what else? E. So our very basic foundational chords. It's just the rhythm part of it and the drums that makes it sound all, stuff. So let's take a look at the pre-chorus. I see Aldith has joined us. Hi, Aldith. Carmen's here now. And Dispia? I hope I said that right. Welcome. Nice to see you in the chat today. And Marilyn sent in a super chat of $9.99. Thanks very much, Marilyn. Those of you wondering how to do that, if you do want to support the channel, that comes straight to us. There's on the chat, there's a little money symbol near where the send button is. If you click that, it'll just connect to your credit card and you can send a one-time donation if you decide to do that. All right, now let's go up to the pre-chorus. We're going to go to E. So normally we don't start, somewhere else in our scale at the beginning of a pre-chorus. But we are in contemporary land and they don't follow the rules of the traditional stuff that we mostly do on this channel. So we're going to start on an E on the pre-chorus, but that's okay. So let's just find our inversion chart, G sharp, B, and E. As long as I'm breathing. And then we've got that transition to the D major again. Slide everybody up. I've got a reason to. Now this one, I'm trying to remember what I told you guys. F sharp minor. Yeah, okay, that's going to be the right inversion. Like I mentioned last week, sometimes our inversions, depending what chord you're on, you might not want to follow the home bass inversion if you have to do like a big jump to do so. And you'll see that in some of our other lessons. I give you other tips. But in this case, it's going to work perfectly. So we're on A, and we're going to go up to F sharp minor. So all we got to do is move that pinky finger to F sharp. And then to make it D, this is convenient, just move your middle finger to the D. Praise the, and then back to A, root position, Lord, oh my, and then E major. And then just repeat that, exactly the same. F sharp minor again, praise, move your middle finger, D, the A major, root position, oh my soul. Okay, so now we've got the pieces, like I said, conceptually, I'm sure you all get it already. Getting it in the fingers is another story. So let's go through verse 1, and I'll try to scroll with you here, but remember you can print it off as well. I'm going to do just my left hand's going to hold the note. Like I said, this is probably going to be you for a few days, and then if you add the rhythm in later, that's good. So I'm just going to play it steady beat, so you can play along with me when you're practicing later. I'll praise in the valley, A, A. Praise on the mountain. I'll praise when I'm sure. Praise when I'm doubting. A, A, A. I'll praise when outnumbered. A, A. Praise when surrounded. A, 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 A. 'Cause praise up to the pre-chorus. So we're sliding to the E. As long as I'm breathing, I've got a reason to. And then F sharp minor, praise the Lord, oh my soul. Repeat that again. I'm gonna praise the Lord, oh my soul. Okay, so obviously slower, steady, that's okay. That's where we gotta start. Now let's scoot down to page 2 and see all the goodies down here. So verse 2 is going to be the same as verse 1, except different words. The pre-chorus is exactly the same. The chorus is exactly the same, but there is a second section of the chorus as you go through, and it's the same right here. The same chord progression, so the same chords in the same order, just that the words have changed. They kind of made it like a second chorus, if you will, to keep it a little more interesting. Okay, but again, same piano part. So all of this and all of this, we technically already know how to play. It's just the words have changed. Okay, and then we have this nice little bridge down here. So let's take a look at the bridge, because we've got, oopsie, I don't know what I did there. Because it's got a different progression. It's got a different pattern. And so the bridge sounds like this. I'll praise cause you're let me follow the inversion chart for those of you watching later. I'll praise cause you're sovereign, praise cause you reign, praise cause you rose and defeated the grave. I'll praise cause you're faithful, praise cause you're true, praise cause there's nobody greater than you. Okay, so just steady beat, groups of 4, just like in the up above. Now let's try it. Look at the transition, see if there's anything funky monkeys in there. So we've got A major at the beginning. I'll praise cause you're sovereign. And then B minor. You're going to move everybody to root position. Praise cause you reign. And then we've not done this yet. B minor going to C sharp minor. So C sharp minor is C sharp, E, and G. Or G sharp, sorry. And then on your inversion chart, it shows G sharp, C sharp, and E. So we don't have any of those notes. So we can slide everybody to the left. So we're going to put our thumb on G sharp, our middle finger on C, and our pinky on E. So that's going to be a big jump. So you might want to practice that. Like that. B minor, C sharp minor. B minor, C sharp minor. Get the muscle memory in your fingers. Okay? So again, I'll praise cause you're sovereign. B minor, praise cause you reign. A little bit of a jump. C sharp, praise cause you rose and defeated. And then C sharp to D, C sharp minor to D major. Again, we're moving everybody to the right. A, D, and F sharp. Okay, C sharp minor, D. C sharp minor, D. You're going to want to practice that hand movement back and forth. Okay, so let's go through from the beginning again. I'll praise cause you're sovereign. Praise cause you reign. Little jump. Praise cause you rose and jumped, defeated the grave. So that's the first way you can play it. That's following the home bass inversion chart. And if you're just learning your inversions and A major is scary, stick with that. I do want to show you another option. Like I said, sometimes it makes sense to do different inversions depending on the chord progression or the order of the chords. So what we could do, just for fun, let's do them all in root position, because look at the letters. It's going A, B, C sharp, D. It's going up. It's creating excitement. So what if we just went root position? I'll praise cause you're sovereign. Root position B minor. Root position C sharp minor. Everybody just moves up. Root position D. You might not like that sound. Maybe you do. Add the bass. See what it sounds like. I'll praise cause you're sovereign. Praise cause you reign. Praise cause you rose and defeated the grave. Okay? So again, that option, I was just playing all of the right hand chords in root position. So my thumb is on the letter. So B minor, my thumb is on B. Okay? So that's another option. For the rest of this tutorial, I'm going to do it the other way. So that just to keep it consistent, for those of you just starting in the key of A, I will follow the inversion home bass pattern. Okay? So that's the bridge. How can we make that a little more exciting? Okay, if we're just playing these steady beats and you're like, I don't have a drummer that's doing crazy fills all over the place to make my piano sound better, right? It's just me and the drummer's keeping the beat, right? Maybe that's where you're at. So let's add some spice. So let's add in a bounce to the bridge. That would work really good. And some octaves. And again, we go over all of this in year 1. You can find a full lesson on the bounce. You can find a lesson on octaves. These are also in the musician's toolkit, which is in the free resources section, where we took all of the important concepts from year 1. We put it in one document. That's called the musician's toolkit. Octave simply means that your left hand is going to play 2 notes that are the same. You can do it with the right hand too, but in this case it'll be our left hand. And a bounce means that we're going to hit it again right before we change chords, like this. All praise 'cause you're sovereign, bounce. Praise 'cause you reign, bounce. Praise 'cause you rose and bounce, defeated the grave. See how that gives texture and rhythm. Okay, so 2 different things we can add there. So in time, all praise 'cause you're sovereign, praise 'cause you reign, praise 'cause you rose and defeated the grave. What if we want to make it more exciting. We've repeated this bridge 6 times and we're doing it again. You can get your left hand to play every beat. You could go, I'll praise 'cause you're faithful, praise 'cause you're true, praise 'cause there's nobody greater than you. You can even do subdivisions, make it so the left hand is adding in more and more texture. So at the very end, you could definitely do that. You could go, greater than you. And what that is, I'm just playing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and my left hand is playing twice for every beat. So let's try that, the last 3 lines. I'll praise 'cause you're faithful, praise 'cause you're true, praise 'cause there's nobody, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and praise. What's the chord? Praise, F sharp. Praise. All right, so from the bridge, you could go to the chorus. So this is where we're going to start rearranging, looking at things, how we can move it around. When they start, like I said, if you Google it, they start with the drum and the singers, this big choir. Okay, great, sounds cool. What if you don't have a big choir and it's just you on the piano? What you could do is you could play a little bit of your verse as your intro. So let's try that. And that way you get it in your head, and then you could sing. All praise in the valley, praise in the mountain. So all I did was I played the first 2 lines. Why isn't this highlighting? Come on. There we go. The first 2 lines of our verse, and I played it with a bounce, just to keep it a little spicy. And then as soon as I was finished this last slash, I just started singing the verse. Okay, so anytime you're looking for an intro, teacher tip of the day, usually we would grab it from the end of the chorus or something. Usually like the last couple lines of your chorus is a really good intro. But in this case, it's a little bit different than what we're going to start with. So we'll take the first 2 lines of the verse. I think that would be the easiest as a beginner. We've only got A's and D's, and it gets the right tune in your head, right? Over here, we're ending on an E, and it just might be a little bit trickier. Okay, so let's use A for 4 beats, A, D, A, as our intro, and then we will do the verse, and we'll do a little bounce with it, okay? So here we go, our intro. Oh, sorry. Counting. Here we go, and we're gonna sing. I'll praise in the valley, I'll praise in the mountain, I'll praise when I'm sure, praise when I'm doubting, I'll praise when outnumbered, I'll praise when surrounded, 'cause praise is the waters my enemies drowning. Then we're gonna go to the pre-chorus. So here we could change it up, maybe do all the chords together. As long as I'm breathing, I've got a reason to, and then maybe you go octaves with the bounce. Praise the Lord, oh my soul. Maybe do it again like that. down. All over the place. Here we go. Down, A major, pre-chorus. Ready? As long as I'm breathing, I've got a reason to praise the Lord. Oh, my soul, I'm gonna praise the Lord. Oh, my soul. And then keep going. Same feel of the chorus, for just different words. I won't be, actually, you know what? This one I would do all chords, like all slashes with both hands. I won't be quiet, my God is alive. How could I keep it inside? And you could repeat that. I won't be quiet, my God is alive. So what if you, again, we are not copying YouTube. We're trying to think, how could you do this by yourself? This little part here, so fun. You could repeat it over and over. You could start quiet, and then you could get louder, right? You could be like, I won't be quiet, my God is alive. How could I keep it inside? Everyone gets a little louder. I won't be quiet, my God is alive. How could I keep it inside? I'm gonna pray, and then like crash there. Praise the Lord, oh my soul. Now, you could use this interlude anywhere you want, really, because everything ends in a group of 4. This is kind of like you want to catch your breath, you want to play, and nobody's singing. So let's try it at the end of this chorus into the bridge. So, oh, praise the Lord, oh my soul. Interlude. Is anybody happy to be in church today? Anybody happy to praise the Lord? And just kind of give everybody a chance to catch their breath. And then we're going to go to the bridge. After the C major chord, go to the bridge. I'll praise 'cause you're sovereign. Praise 'cause you reign. Praise 'cause you rose and defeated the grave. I'll praise 'cause you're faithful. Praise 'cause you're true. Praise 'cause there's nobody greater than. Go to the pre-chorus, or no, chorus. I'll praise. Okay? So that's one way. I believe in the actual one, I think they just loop it. I can't remember. But either way, they might go to the chorus. If not, it works. Even if they don't do it in the recording. So after this, praise 'cause there's nobody greater than you. I'll praise. You can jump right to the chorus. Praise the Lord, oh my soul. Yes, I'm gonna praise the Lord, oh my soul. Now, this one, again, if you look at the recordings, they end, I believe, with just the drums as well. They're like, praise the Lord, oh my soul. And they're like, the drums are just doing their thing. And then everyone's like, what's at the beginning here? It says, let everything, right? But let's say you don't have a full choir and like 3 drummers playing at the same time. What are you going to do? You could end it right here if you wanted to. So at the end of if we go up to chorus here. So if we played our regular chorus, you could end there. You could go, praise the Lord, oh my soul. So we're ending on E. We don't want that. That feels very unfinished. That's the 5th note of our scale. Not good. Never end on that. So what you could do is just play the A as like a big finale. Right? That's the 1 chord. That's our home bass, our true home bass. Need to end on A major. So that's an option. You could go, praise the Lord, oh my soul. Another option is you could use, let's see if this will work. Yeah, you could go out with the interlude. So where are you at here? Praise the Lord, oh my soul. Okay, let's pretend we're doing the chorus. Praise the Lord. This is the end of the chorus, oh my soul. Go to your interlude. And then you just kind of slow it down and soften it. And then A. Again, always make sure you end on A. Okay? So a couple of different options. One is like a big ending where you just crash it. And then the other one is just kind of like slowly disappear. Okay, so hopefully that's helpful. I know a lot of these songs, if you look up the originals, they can seem so overwhelming. Because like I said, I didn't look into it too much, but I'm pretty sure in the original they have 2 drummers, they have like 3 guitar players, they have a choir, they have the keyboard player, like, and if you're trying to like look off of YouTube and translate that into like, I'm just here by myself and I want to play the piano, you're like, how can I do that? So hopefully this was a help. So you can see, just take the pieces and then rearrange the pieces however makes sense to you. Okay, so that's Praise the Lord, Oh My Soul. Again, thank you for the requests. We did have quite a few requests coming in for more contemporary music, and so when I can, I'm going to start sneaking it into our roster. I know Olanma was asking about how do I make a request, so again, you can just add it in on the chat here, or if you're watching the replay, you can add it in on there, on the chat, on the, what do they call it, the comments. We also have a Facebook group where you can go. That's, again, totally free. It's just called The Gospel Method. It's a private group, so you guys can ask questions and post videos, but it is free to join. And you can put requests in there. So anything that pops up there, I do put on the list. All right, so just a reminder, we have changed things around a little bit here. If you're just joining with us, we do have a new space. If you do want to download the free PDFs that you saw tonight, just go to thegospelmethod.com. It's under free resources. And you can download whatever you like. Just create a free membership and download to your heart's content. Print anything you like. And then we also do have a section on the website now if you would like to join with some private lessons, either with myself or one of our other teachers. You can just go to book a lesson. And at the bottom there's a little contact form, and we will call you, so it's not long distance, and just find out what it is you're looking for and see if it might be a good fit for you. All right, so everybody have a wonderful night. Happy Friday. We will see you guys next week. We're going to be doing A major, and we're going to be doing walk-ups and walk-downs. All right, have a good night, everybody. Bye.